So if you have decided to write a spicy scene in your book, exciting. The first thing you have to do is you have to make sure that the scene is earned. This looks like having two characters that have been yearning after each other, have there be a lot of buildup, have there be deep emotional stakes. There has to have been like a lot of inner turmoil between each character, a lot of like will they, won't they, leading up to the spicy scene, or there's not going to be as big of a payoff. If I'm reading a book and two characters meet in chapter 1 and they hit it off, and then immediately in chapter 2 there's already a spicy scene and they're going like crazy, like full on balls to the wall, like all over each other, I'm not that invested because it just feels like it's two cardboard cutouts of people that are doing this thing instead of these two characters who I've been like waiting to just kiss already for a really long time. So there's no emotional payoff. There's a reason that most of the spicy scenes that I enjoy in books happen later on in the book, like in the second half of the book. I already know the characters, I've been waiting for it, the characters have been waiting for it, and it's a bigger moment. I care more when I actually know the two characters involved in this equation. Having a conflict in a romance is incredibly important to building interest and tension. If these two people just hit it off and they immediately like each other and they don't have any obstacles in their way and they're just all over each other from day one and have perfect communication and everything is fantastic, it's not that interesting to read about. That is why, I mean, not the only reason why, don't even get me started into the whole marketing kerfuffle that is book marketing in today's day and age, but one of the reasons that tropes have become so popular in romance books is because you have built-in conflict. If you have an enemies to lovers book, the two enemies immediately don't like each other and there's a lot of conflict between these two people that are enemies, and then eventually when they turn into lovers, then you have a huge emotional payoff. But that time when they're enemies is building up the tension to eventually once they become lovers. Same thing with friends to lovers. If you have two people that are friends, there's a lot of tension that builds up until finally you break through and they become lovers. Same with boss-employee romances. You immediately have tension and conflict because these two people are not two people that should be together from like an employment standpoint, you know, not like from a soulmate standpoint. In order for a spicy scene to be satisfying to me as a reader, the tension has to build to almost an unbreakable point before you finally break that tension with the spicy scene. The feelings between the two characters have to be so intense that your readers have to be just like screaming at the characters to like just kiss already in order for that scene to be satisfying.